Welcome to GoHighlanders.com. My name is Megan Reza, and the 2013-2014 women's basketball season is upon us. So today we had a chance to sit down and preview the upcoming basketball season with Coach John Margaritis. Welcome, Coach Margaritis. Thank you so much for being here today. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Well, before we get into talking about this upcoming 2013-2014 season, let's take a look at last year's season, specifically at the non-conference part of the schedule where the team went 7-4 with wins over Pepperdine, Washington State, and UNLV. What did those wins mean for the program?
Well, at that time, it was great. It was the best start we've had in Division I history. But then it taught us a lesson that sometimes you cannot just take those first season games and do nothing other than utilize them to learn something from. Because later on, as the season progressed, we were not as successful. So we learned that we used the preseason to get better. We used the preseason to find out what we can about ourselves, and then hopefully use it in a positive way for the rest of the season.
The biggest loss from last year's squad is Big West All-Conference performer Trishanti Nottingham, who actually led the league in scoring last year. However, this year you guys are returning senior All-Conference selection Natasha Hadley, as well as the 2012-2013 Big West Conference Freshman of the Year, Brittany Crane. What are you expecting from these two players this season?
Well, first, let me talk a little bit about Trishanti. I mean, we're going to miss her. She was here as our leader for a long time, and she was a really tough cookie. I mean, she really worked hard, and she played injured, and we owe her a lot. Moving forward, I think Natasha Hadley is someone that anyone in the conference would or should want on their team. She's someone that is obviously a fifth-year senior now, and she has put a lot of time and effort into developing her skill level, her understanding of the game, and she brings a lot to the table. We are very glad that she will be wearing our uniform. In terms of Brittany Crane, I think that she is someone that could be very special. I think that she needs to mature as a basketball player. She needs to understand that her ceiling is way, way up there somewhere that she hasn't been able to touch yet. I'm looking forward to seeing how she progresses from a understanding what it takes to be consistent every game and every practice, and then to see how far she can get with it. So we're looking at both of them to contribute, and we're excited that we have another year with them and the opportunity to compete for us in the not only preseason but in Big West Conference play.
What are you expecting from your other returning athletes? Any big contributions?
Well, I think that obviously you cannot be a two-player team or a three-player team, so I think everyone has to contribute one way or another. Some people will contribute more than others, but everybody has to contribute. People that I think we need to pay attention to are people like Kiara Harewood and Jamila Williams and Taylor Wallace. They are both going into their junior years, all three of them going to their junior years. And I think it's time for them to step up and time for them to contribute in ways that they have not had before. So I think that starting with those three returners, we can be competitive.
Are you expecting anything from the newest players this year?
Well, we always go through the process of learning and understanding not only our system, but the Division I level. I think that we have four players that could eventually contribute more and more as the season progresses, and at least Ito has a better chance because he's a little bit older than the three freshmen that we have. But all of them at one time or another, I think, will be asked to contribute, and we're hoping that the sooner the better. So So we hope that they will step up, because we do need them. We're not that deep.
Your 2013-2014 schedule features 11 games on the road of non-conference play starting at Iowa on November 8th. Of those 11 road games, half a dozen of those teams reached postseason play a year ago. What is your philosophy this year in terms of scheduling?
We try to schedule as hard as we can and try to expose ourselves to weaknesses that we can adjust to and fix before conference play. It's just that the last couple of years we found out that conference play is tougher than we wanted it to be, I guess. No, we do. No, really, our conference has gotten so much better, and I think that's a testament to the coaching staffs and the people that play in the conference. So then I believe that the preseason schedule is set up to make us the best we could possibly be going into conference play in order to be able to compete with the rest of the conference.
The Big West Conference starts in January, as well as an additional 8 more games against teams that made it to the postseason last year. How does the league look to you?
Oh, it's tough. It's tough. Like I said earlier, it's well coached. People play hard every night. And it's fun. It's fun because any night, anyone can beat anyone else. So there's always one team or 2 teams maybe that stand out. But after that, it's a dogfight. And I do not anticipate that the conference this year is going to be any different than it has been the last couple of years.
As you know, the Big West Conference has a new look this year, with the first round and quarterfinals being played at the Walter Pyramid in Long Beach. And the semifinals and the championship game are supposed to be played at the Honda Center in Anaheim. What will UCR need to do this season to reach the tournament?
Well, obviously we talked about the preseason, we talked about regular season in terms of Big West Conference play. The goal is not only to reach the tournament, but when you get there to be competitive enough to have a chance to win the tournament. I would not want to be part of the tournament just to be part of the tournament. I want to be part of the tournament with the opportunity to compete. So from now until then, we have a lot of months worth of work. And so hopefully when the smoke clears and we are near March, we are one of the teams that can compete against the rest of the conference. And then by going into the tournament, we would have a chance to compete and win the tournament and go to postseason play.
Great. Well, we are very excited for your team this season. Good luck, and thank you so much for your time here today.
Thank you.